Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Wendy, and I am so pleased to have you here today. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and then while you're at it, click that little bell icon to be notified every time I post, which through the month of January will be every single day. So, today's practice will be a full-length, hour-long practice that will help you to break old patterns and establish new patterns of balance. So without any further ado, we're going to get started. And all you're going to need today is 2 blocks. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start seated, just how we are. Let's take a moment, close down the eyes, roll back the shoulders. Open up the palms for a bit of inspiration, or take the palms face down for a bit of grounding. It depends on what you need today. Take a moment to connect in with your breath, just noticing the inhales and exhales. And while we're not necessarily trying to change anything about the breath, maybe just our awareness here can help us to help deepen the breath. From this place of connection with ourselves and with our breath, let's go ahead and set an intention for our practice. So, allowing this intention to be an inherently positive statement, beginning with the word I. I am worthy. I am balanced. I am capable. Or anything else that resonates with you today. And as we move and breathe and flow into postures, we'll continue to return to this intention, connecting the mind to the body, amplifying all the benefits of our practice. Good. We can keep our eyes closed, or maybe we softly blink the eyes open, but keeping the gaze soft either way. We're going to trickle our right hand out to the side. Left arm sweeps up and over. Nice side bend. As I mentioned, we're going to work through multiple dimensions today, playing around through transitions and playing around with what we typically do in a yoga class, but making it a little bit different. Good. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, let's go ahead, set that left hand down behind the left hip, roll the shoulders back so it's a little bit of a back bend, but at an angle. Plant down through that left hand, reach the right arm up in space. Once again, a little bit of a back bend, a little bit of an angle we're creating here. Look over that left shoulder. And then as we're ready, we're going to start to soften through that right elbow. Take the chin in towards the chest. Experience a nice stretch across the right shoulder blade. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, let's come all the way through center, just taking ourselves down right through the center over our shins. If it feels good, you might want to find a few sways side to side. And then when you're ready, you'll find a bit of stillness. Good. Go ahead and work your way back up. With or without the hands, we're going to switch the legs. Let's go through the other side. So left hand trickles out to the left, right arm reaches up and over. Good. Inhale here. And then as we exhale, let's set that right hand behind the right hip bone, rolling the shoulders back, taking the gaze relatively up. Let it be lifted. We'll ground down through that right arm, lift up the left hand, gaze over the right shoulder. And then as you're ready, let's go ahead, soften into that elbow, tuck the chin in towards the chest, feel the opening through the left shoulder blade. And then when we're ready, let's come all the way through to fold over the shins. Notice any differences between the two sides. Typically, one side is a little bit more open than the other, but just taking our awareness there, because the more awareness that we have, the more likely that it is that we can move ourselves deeper into balance. Good, let's go ahead back out of that. And then take your time, but we're going to make our way towards hands and knees, tabletop position. So to start here, we're just going to ground down through our hands and through our left knee. Pull the right knee in towards the chest. Sweep it out to the side, nice and wide, taking it back behind you and then back into the chest. We'll just do that 3 times each direction. And 3. And let's switch. So kick that leg back, open it up as wide as we can get it, and then pull it back towards the chest. So we're stirring that knee, trying to create the biggest circle that we can. Last one here. Good. And then step that knee down. A little bit of swaying side to side. And then let's come to the other side. So pull that left knee into the chest, open the knee up to the side, swing it around as big of a circle as we can get, and then pull the knee back into the chest. Keep going. One more. Good, and then we'll switch, sending that knee back and around, back into the chest. And around, back to the chest. One more. Into the chest, and then set it down. From here, let's go ahead, tuck our toes, sink back onto our heels. Make sure even the pinky toe is tucked under. So we're going to take eagle arms to help distract ourselves from the activity through the legs. I'm sure you're feeling it, or at least through the feet. This one can be really intense. Let's go ahead. Inhale, open up across the wingspan. As we exhale, right hand comes underneath the left. We can do a single bind or a double bind, whatever you please. Let's inhale, lift those elbows up, expand through the chest. And then exhale, round, let the elbows come in. Inhale to open. And exhale to round. Inhale, let's come back through center, open up across the wingspan. And then exhale, we'll switch, left arm underneath the right, single or double bind. Inhale to reach those elbows up, peeling the heart open. Exhale to round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back through center. Exhale, unwind. Very good. We're probably wanting a little bit of a break here. Let's take our hands forward, uncurl the toes, tap the tops of the feet out on the mat. Good. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Go ahead and walk it out, alternating bending and lengthening through the heels, shooting one heel and then the other down to the mat. If you're feeling really constricted in your shoulders or like you're rounding through your back, go ahead and take your shoulders a little bit forward. So it's more like we're stacking on top of the wrists. And then give your knees a healthy bend. And then from there, you can see how far you can deepen through the pose. Good. As we're ready, we're going to peek forward. And with small steps, we're going to start to work our way towards the top of the mat. Good. From here, just go ahead, soften through the knees deeply, grasp opposite elbows, allow yourself to sway side to side. Allow for that bend through the knee. I like to alternate bending and lengthening through the legs, so I'm kind of swishing side to side, but I'm definitely working a little bit deeper into my hamstrings and into my outer hips. Good. Let's inhale, halfway lift, peek forward. Exhale, soften through the knees and fold. Inhale, really ground down through the feet. Let's sweep the arms out and up. Press the palms together at the top. And then exhale, down and in to heart center. Good. Take a moment here, maybe even close down the eyes. We've already done a little bit in our class, so maybe notice how your body has shifted. What changes have taken place? Sometimes these changes are extremely subtle, so looking inside, seeing if you can find anything at all. And when we're ready, we'll exhale, drop the hands down by our side. We're going to start into our flow. So starting with a few half sun salutations, including a chair pose. We're going to inhale, bend through the knees, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, see if we can sink just a little bit deeper. One more inhale here. And then as we exhale, dive forward as we lengthen the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, peek forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soften through the knees, sweep the arms up, chair pose. And exhale, draw the hands down and into heart center. 2 more times like that. Inhale, let's bend through the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward as we lengthen out the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Press the palms together at the top as we bend through the knees, chair pose. And then exhale, take the hands down and into heart center. One more. Inhale, bend through the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend through the knees as we sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, hands down and in to heart center. Okay, we're going to start to add on. So here's where it may get a little bit tricky, but I believe in you. We can definitely do this. All right, let's go ahead. Bend through the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into that pose. Ground down through your right leg. We're going to come up onto the ball of our left foot, up onto the tiptoe of our left foot, and then maybe we lift the left leg. Inhale. As we exhale, sweep the arms back. As our leg sweeps back, step down. Inhale, reach it up, crescent lunge. Exhale, sink just a little bit deeper here. One more inhale. As we exhale, very carefully, we're going to lean forward and then step that left foot forward, back into our chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Press the palms together at the top. Exhale, down and in to heart center. Other side. Inhale, bend through the knees, sweep the arms up. From here, we're really going to ground down into our left leg this time. Pick up through the right heel. Maybe pick up the ball of the foot. And then completely lift that leg off the ground. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms back as the leg sweeps back. Step it down. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, sink a little bit lower, crescent lunge. Keep the breath. From here, nice and carefully, we're going to lean forward. We're going to spring off of that back leg, pick it up, step it forward, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Press the palms together at the top as we bend into our chair pose. And then exhale all the way in to heart center. Good, catch the breath. Notice what's happening already. We're using our neurological connections to help move us into these places that may be unfamiliar. Well, the poses themselves may not be unfamiliar, but the transitions may be. So just being conscious of that. Let's go ahead and continue to add on. From here, we're going to actually step our blocks to either side of our mat. They're going to come into handy a little bit later. Let's bend through the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Let's go ahead, ground down through that right leg, come up onto the left ball of the foot, up onto the left tiptoe, pick the left knee up. Go ahead, sweep it back, step it down really lightly. Inhale, lift up, crescent lunge. One more inhale here. As we exhale, very slow, we're going to start to bend that back knee back, coming down into our low lunge. Let's set our hands down. From here, let's go ahead, gather in our blocks. We can inhale here, just really trying to sink our hips down, lift our chest up. As we exhale, let's go ahead, send our hips back, flex through that front foot. So coming into a half split. We may even want to give ourselves a little bit more space here. From here, we're going to come into a bit of a tricky position. So we're going to press down through the blocks. We're going to lift the leg, pull the knee into the chest, and then send that leg all the way back. We can even set the blocks down by our side at this point. Point the toe, just find a nice stretch like taffy. From here, we're going to bend that right knee, take it behind the left. From here, find a little bit of space in between your feet, and we're just going to take ourselves all the way back to cow face pose. So that was a fun transition. Let's go ahead. Inhale, open up across the wingspan. As we exhale, left hand under the right, wrap the arms, single or double bind. Breathe here. We'll spend a few moments through this posture. If you'd like to, stay nice and stacked. Go ahead and stay nice and stacked. If it's within your practice to start to fold, go ahead and fold. Let's take 3 more breaths here, wherever we are. Being really mindful of your position. You do not need to look like me. You do not need to mimic what I'm doing. Just go ahead and come to the deepest position within your ability. Also being mindful that if we come too deep, we might be working against ourselves. Let's go ahead, inhale, and we'll unwind. From here, we're just going to set ourselves forward. Extend that right leg back up. Let's go ahead, take the knees together, tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back. Exhale, open up in the hip, bend the knee, downward facing scorpion. Inhale, square it off. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. And then we're going to cross the legs. So right leg over the left, single or double bind. Really bend into those knees. Try to push your chest towards your thighs towards your chest. And remember to breathe. Good. Let's go ahead. Spring forward. Pull the right knee into the chest and then step the foot down. Inhale, sweep it up. High crescent lunge. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Reach the chest forward. When you're ready, step the right foot or the left foot towards the right. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Press the palms together at the top. Exhale, down and in to heart center. Very good. Let's just move through the other side. So let's go ahead, soften through the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, chair pose. From here, really ground down into that left foot. Start to lift the right heel off, the right ball of the foot off, the whole right foot comes off. Sweep that leg back, step it down with grace and ease. Inhale, sweep the arms up. From here, nice and slow, we're going to start to bend into that back knee. Challenge yourself here before it settles down. Take the hands down to the block. Maybe give yourself just a little bit more room in this low lunge. It doesn't matter which height the blocks are on, but I kind of want you to feel like you're doing a little bit of a back bend. And as we help to open up the chest, our hips will start to drop. Good. From here, let's go ahead. Send the hips back, flex through the front foot, half split. Go ahead and move to whatever space that you feel like you have enough room with your legs. From here, really press down into the blocks to lift the left leg. Pull the knee into the chest and then send that leg all the way back. We can ditch the blocks if you so please. Keep on reaching that left leg back. Inhale. As we exhale, let's go ahead, bend through that left knee, take it behind the right, crossing the legs. And then when we're ready, we're gonna go ahead, sit it down. Setting up for our cow face pose with eagle arms. Inhale, let's open up across the wingspan. Exhale, right arm underneath the left. We'll do a single or double bind. We can hold here, stacked, or if we feel so inclined, we can start to hinge forward. Once again, go to the place where you feel a stretch, but it is maintainable. Your mind isn't trying to convince you to come out of this posture as soon as possible. In my opinion, that's kind of what makes an advanced yogi is not the ability to do the splits or a handstand or anything like that, but the ability to do any posture to the extent that serves their body. So being able to look at a posture, be like, oh, maybe that depth doesn't work for me, but this can, and going for what works. 2 more breaths. Good. Let's inhale, release, and unwind. From here, let's go ahead, set ourselves back forward. You may have journeyed on your mat, so take yourself to a place where you're balanced. Let's go ahead, send that left leg back, and then set the knees down so they're side by side. Tuck the toes, press yourself back, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, open up in the hip, bend the knee. Inhale, square it off. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest and then cross the leg, single or double bind. Bend into both of your knees. Really press into your palms, taking your chest towards your thighs towards your chest. Elongate through the spine. Good. Peek forward. Inhale, spring forward, pulling the knee with you. Step that foot down. Exhale. On the next inhale, let's swim ourselves up. Crescent lunge. Exhale just a little bit deeper. Inhale, let's hinge forward, spring forward, stepping the foot next to the other. Inhale here. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, bend through the knees, chair pose. Exhale, hands down and in to heart center. One hand over the heart space, the other hand over that one. Close down the eyes. We can take our awareness into our feet, noticing the balance there, noticing how we may shift and move. Returning back to the intention that we set for ourselves at the beginning of our practice. Reminding ourselves of the focuses and motivations we have for being here. And repeating this intention silently, or if you're alone, maybe even out loud. As we're ready, let's softly blink the eyes open. Exhale, allow the hands to drop. We're going to come into our last round of our flow here, and then we'll take a moment to cool it down. So let's go ahead, inhale, bend through the knees, sweep the arms up. And from here, we're going to go ahead, shift our weight onto our right foot. Let's begin to pick up the left at whatever pace feels good. Let's go ahead, sweep it back, step it down. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, slow with control. We're going to lower that back knee down. Come down. We might want to utilize our blocks here. Inch so that you have enough room through your hips to really descend. Inhale. And then as we exhale, let's straighten out that front leg, shift the hips back, flex through the front foot. You'll want to walk your hands underneath your shoulders. If you're out here, your leverage is not quite as good. Inhale. As we exhale, round through the spine, protract through the shoulders, lift the leg up, pull the knee into the chest, send it all the way back. You can set the blocks off to the side here. Bend through the knee. We're going to set that knee behind the left, crossing the legs, sink it all the way back. Good. Inhale, open up across the wingspan. Exhale, left arm underneath the right, single or double bind. Inhale. As we exhale, we'll fold. We're just going to spend 2 breaths here total. The fold is optional. Inhale, let's lift it up. Exhale, let's unwind. From here, step it forward. We'll uncross the legs, setting up for our down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Inhale, right leg reaches up and back. Exhale, open up in the hip, bend the knee. Inhale to square it off. Exhale, we're going to step our foot down and then allow the knee to come down so that we're in a really short low lunge. So it's basically 90 degrees. So the wider that we are, the more challenging that this is. So I'll ask you guys to do it like this, at least for your first time. Let's inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, left arm under the right, bind into those eagle arms. When we're ready, we're going to shift forward. Press down and into that right foot. Spring off so the left leg comes around. Eagle pose. Inhale and exhale. Maybe sink a little bit deeper. Nice and slow with control. We'll open up the arms. We'll step. Our left foot next to the right. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soften through the knees, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, hands down and in to heart center. If we've journeyed on our mat, maybe step it forward. Let's come into the other side. Inhale, bend through the knees, sweep the arms up, chair pose. Go ahead, ground down into the left leg. Start to pick the right foot up at whatever pace you would like. Let's swim that leg back, step it down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, nice and slow, beginning to descend that knee down in space. Good. From here, taking our blocks, maybe inching that back knee back, giving yourself some room here to really descend through the hips. Good. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, let's send the hips back, flex through that front foot. Give yourself as much room here. Try to take your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale. As we exhale, protract through the spine. Lift that leg. Pull the knee into the chest. Send it back behind you. We can set the blocks off to the side. Bend through that left leg. Take it behind the right. Sink all the way back. Cow face pose with eagle arms. Inhale, open up, cross the wingspan. Exhale, right arm underneath the left. Single or double bind. 2 breaths here, whatever degree you would like to take it in. Good. Let's go ahead. Inhale. Take that back up. Unwind. Set the hands forward. We're going to unwind that back leg. Set the knee down. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Left leg reaches up and back. Exhale. Open up in the hip. Bend the knee. Inhale. Square it off. Exhale. Step that left foot forward, short of the hands. Set the back knee down. So a really short lunge here. Inhale, open up across the wingspan. Exhale, right arm underneath the left, single or double bind. Really ground down into that left foot. Spring off, crossing the right leg over the left, single or double bind. Exhale, try to sink a little bit deeper. Nice and slow with control, we'll unwind the wingspan. We'll step the right foot next to the left. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend through the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Excellent. So we're done with that flow portion. We'll take a few moments to cool it down. Hopefully that felt pretty good in your body. Let's go ahead, start to make our way towards the ground. Let's inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, make your way back towards a plank. Inhale here, and then as we exhale, let's go ahead, lower down all the way towards the belly. We'll just take 2 rounds of locust pose. So move your blocks off to the side if they're fairly close. From here, let's sweep the arms back behind you. Try to keep the legs knitted together. Inhale to lift. Keep the gaze moving forward. Keep the neck long. One more inhale. As we exhale, go ahead and come down. Let's take our left ear towards the mat. Hang out for just a moment. And then let's set up for round 2, taking the legs together. We can maybe take the hands by the sides just to start. Inhale to lift the legs, lift the chest, and then send the arms behind you. Keep the gaze forward, keep that chest lifted. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take the right ear towards the mat. Let's come back through center. Take the hands by the rib cage. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale all the way back, child's pose. Allow yourself to mosey on down. Forehead connects to the floor. Rock your head gently side to side, massaging the forehead into the earth. And once again, reconnecting in with that intention. As we're ready, let's slowly peel ourselves open and up. We're going to take ourselves off of our heels, send our legs in front of us. From here, let's go ahead and pull our right knee into our chest. We're going to cross that leg over. Inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, take it into a twist, twisting towards your right. Right hand trickles behind you. Inhale to stack the spine nice and tall. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, let's look forward. Exhale, let's unwind. Take this into a counter twist. Let the hips lift. Sometimes I can get a nice pop out of my back by doing this, so I hope you do too. Let's come back through center. From here, we're just going to step the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold. Janu Shirshasana. Allow the gaze to be down, maybe gazing at the knee, maybe gazing at the shin, but don't tuck the chin in towards the chest. So we still want our neck to be nice and long. So relatively, if we're actually up here, maybe we're gazing forward or towards our toes. And we can always stay through stillness. But if you're like me, I enjoy a little bit of movement. So I kind of like swaying in and out of the pose. just because in certain directions I feel it more, and then I like to release that sensation. So it's really just a personal preference. Of course, if you'd like to stay still, stay still. And as we're ready, let's go ahead and work ourselves back up. Let's take that right leg forward, give ourselves a little bit of movement here, and then pull the left knee into the chest, cross that leg over. Inhale, the right arm reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, we twist, linking the elbow onto the thigh. Left hand comes behind us. Inhale to stack a little bit straighter, a little bit taller. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Keep that breath moving, finding these micro movements with every breath. When we're ready, we'll look forward. Exhale, unwind, counter twist. So taking it to the side. Maybe you get a nice back pop. I did. So we'll go ahead, take it back. From here, let's uncross the leg, open up that left knee. So coming into Janu Shirshasana on the right side. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, fold. Notice where your gaze is. Notice any differences between the two sides. On this side, I feel like I can get a whole lot deeper. So maybe you have some similar imbalances working in your body. Maybe you're a bit more balanced side to side. Just taking these things into account. The beautiful part of yoga is that we really connect and tune into our bodies. So, a lot of exercises, we're just kind of trying to mimic the poses. We're trying to get it done, throwing ourselves in and out of postures. With yoga, we like to tune in rather than tune out. Connect into the sensations that we're experiencing and really start to identify with these sensations so as to deeper connect with our bodies. Excellent. As we're ready, let's go ahead, peel ourselves out of that. Send the left leg forward, wiggle it out. Let's just take a quick forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. You can bend through the knees here as much as you want to. In fact, I enjoy bending through the knees and allowing my spine to be a little bit longer rather than straightening out and having a little bit of round through the spine. Of course, it's up to you and how it feels in your body. Please honor your body in this practice and in any other one that you encounter. The front side of our body may be a little bit constricted here, so sending the breath instead through the back of the body. Noticing the back of the rib cage, the backs of the lungs. Noticing how the breath opens the vertebrae. Excellent. As we're ready, let's inhale, slowly roll ourselves up. We're just going to make our way onto our backs. Coming all the way down, let's take a bridge pose together. So, if your legs are a little bit tired at this point, you can always utilize your block underneath your sacrum just to help the hips lift. If that doesn't sound like something you want to do, then go ahead and take it without it. So, let's inhale here, and as we exhale, let's lift our hips up towards the sky. You can keep your hands down by your sides. You can do these little T-Rex or robot arms, whatever feels good for you. Just pressing your triceps down into the ground, trying to roll your shoulder blades underneath you. From here, let's just take 2 breaths, lifting the left leg up towards the sky. Press down through the right leg. Let it go. And then lift that right leg up towards the sky. Press the hips up. And let it go. One more inhale. Press those hips up towards the sky. And exhale. Allow yourself to come down. Very good. From here, let's take our arms out wide into a T. Lift our legs up, 90-90 position. Let's go ahead, cross the right leg over the left, single or double bind. Inhale here, and then as we exhale, let's go ahead, drop both of our legs over towards the left. If you're like me, this pose is a little bit of a challenge, and my knees tend to hover over the ground. So we'll just slide a block underneath those legs. I love props. They are such handy tools. They are there for a reason. So go ahead and utilize them. A lot of times it's our ego that tells us that we shouldn't use them, but it's that healing and connected nature that lets us know that we can use some help and it doesn't take away from our practice. Breathing in and out through the belly. When we're ready, we'll take ourselves back up through center, set both of the legs up towards the sky for a moment, and then let's switch. So left leg over right. If you utilize that block, maybe just shift it over to the other side. Inhale, and then as we exhale, let's let those legs drop over to the right. Breathing in and out through the belly. Maybe even visualizing yourself being wrung out, getting rid of all of those things that no longer serve you and making room for the things that do. As we're ready, let's come back up through center. Let's send both of our legs up towards the sky. A little bit of movement here. Try to drain the blood that's pooled in the feet, allowing it to recirculate through the body. Squeeze those knees into the chest. Inhale. And then as you exhale, let it go, opening up the limbs, opening up through the heart space, rolling the shoulders underneath you, wiggling out through the hips. Try to find a place where you feel comfortable and comforted here on the ground. Allow the eyes to close down as we settle in for our final relaxation posture, our final Shavasana. And just allow me for a moment to walk you through a visualization. As we're here with our eyes closed, breathing deep into the center of the body, to the center of the heart. And as you breathe, feeling your body getting larger and larger until it fills up the entire room, until it's bigger than your room, beginning to fill up the space around it. And as you become larger and larger, you also begin to lift. As you begin to rise into the sky, noticing the clouds passing you, soon they're underneath you. Noticing as you pass through the atmosphere and into space, with the stars all around you, brightly glistening. From this place, beginning to notice the sun and its bright, powerful, warming rays. With every breath, you begin to pull the sun closer to you until it's hovering just above the crown of your head. As you're here, you can feel the warm light surrounding you, cleaning out your aura, creating a protective shield all around your body. With your next inhale, you begin to draw that sun from the crown of the head into the skull. Noticing its bright, warming rays, clearing out any negative thoughts, clearing out any gunk, and purifying the mind. The next inhale drops that sun into the heart space. And as you breathe, the sun begins to radiate out into the upper limbs, out through the fingers, clearing out that heart space. The next inhale drops that sun down below the navel, allowing these rays, these bright, cleansing rays, to come into the lower limbs, shooting out through the feet, through the legs. Our next inhale draws that sun back into the heart space. And from here, you begin to notice bright rays of light shining into infinity, radiating into all points of space, originating right into your heart center. Breathe into this light, noticing how it cleanses, noticing how it protects. Feel free to stay in this space, experiencing these bright, cleansing rays for as long as you please. The light that's within me honors and acknowledges the light that's within you. And from the seed, from the source, we are literally one. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.